In the previous demonstration, I finished all my buildings. I did the one set of windows, and now I'm going to do the rest of my windows. So this is the window section. I cleaned out my brush. I have a nice clean cup of water. And I've got my yellow and my gray kind of right here, and my blotting paper right there. So I'm going to start with my yellow windows, actually. Okay, make sure your yellow is nice and stirred up. I'm just going to put a couple yellow windows on each building. Okay, you don't want every single window to be yellow, because then it wouldn't look nice. I might change my mind this one. But you want to make sure that you got a little bit to kind of draw the eye around. Okay. I would suggest, about 2 to 3 windows on each building, depending how big your windows are. If you've got little ones like this, sometimes it just suffices to drop a little dribble right into the hole and let it dry. Don't shake it around a lot. Since I didn't do any on this one for my other demonstration, I'm just going to paint right over this gray right there. Ooh, I need to move this gray. I keep wanting to go for that one. Okay, you can see how I basically just dribble a little dribble into each hole. Okay, and these square ones might prove to be a little difficult, I'm finding. So if you've got little square ones like this, good luck. This might be a little irritating to do. Okay, so you can see how I've kind of got a nice even even yellow bits here. I'm going to paint this one in yellow, I guess I decided. And remember, wait to do your windows until your buildings are dry. I'm kind of pushing it. You can see my building right here is about the right dryness. The rest of my buildings are a little too wet still, but I'm pushing the envelope because I only have a certain amount of time to do the demonstration. Okay, so there we go. I got my yellow windows in. Now I've got to go back and do the rest of my gray windows. I'm actually going to shift over here so I can actually I should work left to right, shouldn't I? I'll work over here, and I just take one little dribble in each window. Do the best, most detailed job you possibly can. Okay, because it will look lousy if you've done an awesome job painting the building so far and then you just kind of slop the windows around. Make sure to do a nice job and just poke that brush, and sometimes if you've got windows with really deep recesses like this, you can kind of wipe the wet off. Excuse me. And kind of wipe the wet off as you're going, and that might help. So that it doesn't overflow. Okay. And the whole purpose we cut the holes out, or the windows out, is so that you can put a candle behind it and the light will shine out of those holes. So those windows will kind of look like they're on as well. So don't paint those ones gray, because those are going to have light coming out of them. And hopefully I fast forward this part for you. Sorry if my hand is in the way, but I kind of got to do this straight up and down, otherwise it doesn't seem to work quite right. That one's still a little too wet. Oops. Okay, these windows are taking me quite a long time. And these windows should be quicker. Now, as you can see, I was getting some of the yellow onto me because it hadn't dried yet from the earlier part of this demonstration, so be careful to not get the paint on you and then trail it around on your artwork. You're gonna have to go back and take that off. Don't want some sloppy yellow all over the place. Okay. Notice I'm changing the direction of my brush work, so I'm kind of always pulling my brush. Slide this over. And do the last little bit here. So notice I'm just poking my brush into each of those windows. Okay, and there's my last window. Now the last pieces I've got to do here are the clock towers there. So I'm going to stop it and do a separate demonstration for that with a detail brush and with black. So that is painting in the windows on our ceramic cityscape. It should look like that when you're done.